All right, guys. So we are going to go into a creative BRRRR right now. So if you don't understand, tomorrow we are closing on a deal, and it's pretty dope. And I've done actually the building I'm standing in right now. We've done the same thing. So let me shut my cell phone off, and we'll get to this. So what the cool thing about this is, I think you're going to end up seeing a lot of folks do this strategy. I'm not saying I'm reinventing the wheel or anything, but what I am saying is that this is showing that there's possibilities with cash and creative finance, and it's not a Morby method necessarily, right? So a Morby method, you'll see this being deployed on different strategies where, folks are trying to leave the sellers. They're trying to bring private money in. They're trying to bring a DSCR in. We're doing it a little bit more streamlined, I feel. But hey, to each his own. So with this, the understanding of this is when a seller wants they need a price, or they need to achieve a certain target. It's hard to, give them everything they need, and then you don't get a deal, or it's only a resort. For instance, this one, I knew, so we're talking, this is going to be in the fourth largest town or city in the state of New Hampshire. It's a town and a city that I owned probably 10 to 12 homes in this market. I continue to still own assets in this town, and I'm buying and buying and buying, renovating, selling, and then a lot of holds. So I've done a lot of these BRRRR strategies here, and I think it's a dope way of doing it. But here's what I'm trying to get at is that, on market deals, you're competing with an agent. There is an agent involved in this, or they were allegedly trying to get involved. And I know that for 2 seconds, this thing will be sold. They'll get their price. So we got to be better often to try to combat that struggle and the pain. So it's not just like a distressed seller; it's a distressed home, but they're sitting on something where the market's still a treasure. They're still getting what they want. There's overmarket, there's bidding. The cool thing about this is there's a deeper story where there's rapport building. This was a lead 3 to 4 years ago that when the time came, and he said when the time comes, and he kept his word in that and respect. But I was also there for him. Never once asked him about the house. Just asked to provide value and just be there and just listen and be there. Buying him coffee when he had no one else to talk to or have when his family died, and the whole thing. It was just, I never even thought I would get the deal. When you go that long, guys, you're not invested. No one's that consistent. Well, consistency wins. So he called and said, "You have first right. I'm ready." So we went by, and I structured this deal. So I'll show you what the deal is. I think this house is still worth, right now, if I was to clean it out and put it on the market, I guarantee you I can probably get $399 for this house. It is a single family house that was once a 2-family. And in New England, we have a lot of these old multi-families, 2-family, 3-family, 4, etc. So this is a reverse. They brought a 2-family back to a single. I'm going to bring it back to a 3 or 4 unit. So pretty cool. All right, so check it out. We got a $350 purchase price, $275 cash. It only makes sense at that. So for me, I go, all right, if I need to put in $150,000, I need to renovate this. This is not a deal for me as an investor to be in this town, but I know I can monopolize this property. I know we can make this property a lot better than it is. So that's what the strategy is here, is how do I pay a premium price with getting a good deal and still being able to refinance and still not be underwater. So what I said, I'll give you a $350 purchase price. You need a large chunk down. He actually owns this free and clear, and he just had some tax liens. So that's the other things that are, there's some deeper things that I've also helped with in here, but we won't get into that in this video. $275 cash. That is his cash to go to the next chapter. He said that's what he needs. I tried getting $200 seller finance. I tried getting all the different numbers and giving him even more. I gave a medium, low, medium, high type of offer, where there's just the down payments and purchase price and monthlies were all different. He chose this one. I think it was right down the middle. $275 cash. $75K seller finance. Seller finance meaning he's going to hold that note for me. So how I look at this is when I go to refinance, everyone thinks that you have to pay that off. You don't. You don't. This property here, Pace Morby actually came here. Jamil came here. We did a whole study. I crafted this deal because of necessity. It's a 4-unit with a commercial space. And I just went creatively, didn't even know what I was doing. I just structured it that way. So $75,000 seller carry. I don't intend to pay that down. I'm going to run that through for 10 years and I'll show you that later. So he's still getting his purchase price at $350. You're saying, how can you do that? How can you sell a carry at 75? Why? Why would someone do that? Well, in his mind, he doesn't have to fix anything. He doesn't have to go through, again, still the similar aspects of a cash buyer, right? Where you're going as is, purchase, no repairs, no lending, no banks. Let's be real. If he did go on market, sure, he could potentially get a little bit more, but he also has to pay an agent. And I think that was one of the biggest pain points, was that he did not want to pay an agent. So that was, potentially $40,000 out of his pocket, out of, if he's at 375, 350, he's back down to threes, low threes. So again, the most important thing is like longevity, I think, for him, and also knowing that he's going to get a chunk of change, but also get a good payment later down the road. So you do need to have the right scenarios, and you do need to, understand your buyer avatar, your seller avatar. And you also need to understand that what they need, you have to listen, you have to find those bunnies, right? So that's critical on this. And it was just massaging it the way they needed it and the way that works for us as well. So what happens for us is I'm going to refinance this debt. I am not going to pay off that third position. I'm going to pay off the first, and we're going to pay off the second. So to take this down, $275 purchase price with closing, pay my staff, pay the cold caller, actually it wasn't even cold call, pay CJ, who actually locked. I ended up getting in touch with the seller again, speaking to him in the middle of something. I was a little bit busy, but I also wanted CJ jump in, massage this, let him know we're here, let him know what he needs, because I knew this is a long game. I've already been 3-4 years in this. Let's see if he really was ready. And that's why I brought CJ in. So CJ, I'm going to give him a shout out. I'm going to give him he gets a fee on this. So by the time we're all said and done, let's just get a first position private money lender. Let's get in $300,000, get us insured, get the closing costs, get CJ his few dollars, put a few dollars in for the lead and the time and the coffee and the money and time that I spent on that lead, because that is a time that I spent on it. So that lead does cost money. Don't forget, don't shortchange yourselves, guys. That is critical. So what that ends up being is I got a first position lend, 12%. That's $36,000 a year at $3K a month. That is interest only, guys. All right, so that's a private money lender. They're in first position. We're cashing out the seller at $300,000. All right, we need construction money. What is that going to cost? We're thinking $150,000. It might be $200,000, and that's okay for us. We're a little bit flexible. We have that flexibility. We understand we can pivot in the middle of projects if it's going to benefit the project, if it's going to benefit the appraisal price, if we're going to get another unit. We won't know that until we go down through all the roads, but we know that $150,000 we can do a lot with this. So we're going to get $150,000 second position lien. Now, what you would think, let's take a time out there. You would think, hold on, how is your seller, lending you money and they're not in first position? Didn't they own the house? Or why aren't they in second? Wouldn't that be automatic? Wouldn't you buy the house and then he gets the second position loan and then you bring in construction at third position? And I'm going to tell you that it's no. Right up front in my purchase and sale agreement, we structured it that the seller finance is in a subordinate third position. So they're subordinate to anyone in front of them, in front of them. So we predict this, we set this up, we understand the fundamentals of this and what some of the lenders want down the road. And that's another video about how you refinance. So let's keep moving. So we got 150K in construction, mirrored the same terms. You know, we're going to bring in debt. We have awesome investors. We have awesome people coming to us, lending with us, and they trust us with their money, obviously. And there's a very really small risk with us. There's literally no risk with us, but you have to say there's a risk, right? So we have attractive debt. In my opinion, 12%. I actually can get it cheaper, but we're willing to be. I don't want to shortchange my people. I want them making money with us. So I feel 12% is a really, really attractive, just, down the line interest rate that we're going to end up being all making money on. And it's not gouging. It's not going to hurt us. It's very fair. So we're going to go essentially in half, right? So let's go 150,000 times that by 0.12%. That's 18K. $18K a year. Divide that by 12. $1,500 a month. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all. So now we're at $4,500 a month. Plus 625. 21.25 is our month. That's our nut. That's just the debt. But some of it we're paying off. You got to continue that on. So, all right, guys, we'll keep moving on. Third position loan. So that's going to stay in there. That's a 10-year note at $75K at 0%. How bad is that? That's pretty awesome. So it's $625 a month, 120 months, 10 years. So we're going to continue to pay him down on, as we get going. I don't think I deferred this for 12 months, but I actually think that this loan might actually be deferred 12 months. That actually might be true. You got to verify that. I may have actually also deferred this for 12 months because we gave him $275,000 cash. It's like, hey, dude, let me finish my project and we'll kick you off in 12 months. I'd like to probably be wrapped up and finished, refinanced, obviously in 7 months by 7 months. Still not paying that $625. Getting it rented, getting established, making one of them a midterm, short term, because we do phenomenally. We have several in this area at midterm and short term. So we'll diversify that way and probably turn one of these 3 to 4 units into a mid-short, or maybe we'll do 2 of them. End of the day, guys, subordinate third stays in place. Now, I could do another video, and I probably will, where how I'm going to structure this refinancing and what do these numbers all look like. So stay tuned and we'll check that out.